Hello everyone. Let us talk about defense exports by India. India uh, has never been a major defense exporter. If we talk about the current situation, then India stands 23rd in defense exports. That is, India is only able to in the whole defense export sector. India is only contributing 0.17%. So that is really less. But recently we have seen a trend in the upsurge of Indian defense exports from 2014-15 to 2020 to 2021. We have seen that about $5 billion of worth of defense exports was done by India. So this was not as huge as we compare it with some countries like Russia, US, China. But if we compare it with our own standards, our own previous standards, then it has been a huge upsurge. It has been a growth of almost 700%. Currently, we are we are exporting defense goods of worth more than $1 billion per year. So this is quite remarkable, as prior to 2015 or 14, we were not a defense exporter at all, um, because there were some reasons for that. Number one, no initiatives taken. India was not even looking at this thing. We were a we have always been a major importer of defense goods, and currently we also stands on second place. But we never thought about it. There were no talks. Number two, there were no strategies. uh, Prior to 2015, there were no plans, no committees were there, and just the ordnance factories were running up, and nothing else was going on. And also Also the business environment was very futile, was very hostile uh, for for people, and even and especially in the defense sector, where there was a lot of regulations were there, which are good, but there must be a scope of innovation, there must be a scope of free trade, but that was lacking in pre 2015 India, we can say. But after almost 2014, 15, 16, we can say that there has been a narrative of exporting, of entrepreneurship, of privatization. So I think these ideas and these strategies are really worked upon by the government of India, and we should, if we are neutral enough, then we must appreciate the present government for it, because they introduced several plans for it. Several committees were set up, and also the inclusion of private players were done. Like we can see today, Mahindra is building armored vehicles for Indian Army, and many other small and big players like Paras Defense Technologies recently launched their IPO, and so there is an environment for this thing now. But prior to 2015, we are not able to see any such initiatives taken. And also after 2015, the entrepreneurship has always been appreciated. The business mindset, the capitalism is appreciated. So that also applies in the defense manufacturing. Although if we consider the exports that India is doing, then those are not a fifth generation aircraft or something like that. We're just exporting the simple things like armored vehicles, like small things like tear gas system. Tear gas systems, we are also selling those. So although we are not exporting very high technology, but we know that what is our niche, what we are able to sell and whom we are able to sell. India has sold in last 5 to 6 years. India has sold uh, to about 75 countries. So those certainly don't include China, Russia, or America, but the small countries who are not having much funds to purchase some heavy air defense system or something like that. They are purchasing simple equipments for their defense, and also I think the smart boom that has also been taken is is the inclusion of Exim Bank in this. For example, let's say a country is not able to buy defense equipment for itself, then Exim Bank will jump in on behalf. Exim Bank will jump in and provide them loan, so that that country can buy equipments from India. So that was a really very innovative step taken by the government of India, and this whole environment is building up. This is just a beginning, I think, and I think what is the future? Talking about the future, so the scope is always there. We are just at the 23rd ranking in the world. This is quite low as a country of like India, of that huge mass and that huge potential in it. The research and development must be increased. Number one thing, because research and development is the only thing by which we can make our own new technologies. We can make fifth generation or even sixth generation aircraft by which we can we will be able to design. Our engineers are our youth who are involved in designing the defense equipment will able to design the world class air defense systems, and the things which are really in need now, which are the part of a modern warfare, like air defense system, like fighter aircrafts, modernized artillery. So when these things will be started designing will when India will design all these things, then we will be able to earn even more, because simple things don't reap so much of profit, but the things that are original for us, that are original and highly modernized equipments will reap the benefits, because first of all we will be able to patent that. So we will be the only one uh, exclusive supplier of those things, and also we will make it indigenously, completely indigenously. So that's how research and development will be able to help India in earning from the exports very well. And number two things I think is more inclusion of the private sector. Although the government has done remarkable work on that, but I think more should be done. The external private players should also be allowed to jump in, so that the whole environment will build up, and that's how we will be able to achieve new technologies, and we will be able to export. And number three thing, I think diplomacy always plays a very crucial role in defense trade. As we all can see that if in that India buys S-400 from Russia, and then US wants to impose sanctions, but so diplomacy is very crucial for these things. So India should maintain very nice diplomacy. India should maintain its influence in the countries which are its potential buyers, like Philippines, like Seychelles, Maldives, and like the small countries who are in Africa, and also some island countries in the South China Sea. So these countries India must maintain a very nice and a very healthy diplomatic relations with all these countries. So that's how we will be able to sell. Because having the technology is one game, and selling it is one game, is a complete another game. So I think India should play both the games, and play both the games very well. That's how we will be able to achieve the whole aim of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I think defense exports is a thing that will grow exponentially, and will contribute in the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you very much.